Madam Chair, we may begin.
Alrighty, thank you so much. All right, today is July 14th, 2022. This is the Professional Services Committee meeting. We'll begin, please, Ms. Prater, with the roll call.
Good afternoon. Dr. Shanna Tharp Gilliam.
Present.
Corey O'Connor. Miss Sylvia Wilson.
Here.
That is it for the roll call.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll move on to information items, and I see we have one item on the authority's insurance program. I'll toss this to Ms. Williams and Ms. Fantoni.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As the board is aware, every 3 years, we're required to go out for a significant insurance renewal, and that's across all of our policies. The time period for most of them runs from May to May. And at this point, we're looking to position ourselves for next year when that 3-year period will begin again. We are coming to you to let you know we're going to pursue an RFP process of sorts, which is going to be facilitated by our risk management consultant. With that, Karen, if you would give them a little more detail.
I absolutely will. Thank you very much, Ms. Williams. Good afternoon. As Arletta had mentioned, we are looking to do an RFP to go out for brokerage services. One of the things that happened this past year is our main insurance company decided at the last minute that we were too high of a risk for them as far as how much insurance we wanted, and they put a cap on it, and we ended up having to go out and get an additional insurance company involved in the program. So we were asking for a RFP process to get a broker involved, to get actually more than one broker involved that will then come back and provide a full comprehensive insurance program for the authority that we would like to have that to us in the early part of 2023. And then we would be able to go through both or three or whatever, how many we obtain, and be able to kind of cherry pick which policies we want out of which, so that we can come back with the best and most affordable insurance program for the authority for the renewal period that would go from 2023 through 2026. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, I don't have any. All right, I don't hear anything from Ms. G either. So Ms. G, I'm assuming that you will move this motion.
I did have one question.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What assets is this specifically covering? Are there groupings of them, or what insurance is this for?
This is covering almost all the insurances. This
Okay,
covers our property, plant, and equipment. This covers workers. We have a workers' comp policy that runs the same periods, flood insurance, active shooter insurance. Every insurance that pretty much we have, it encompasses everything. Now, they're not all insured by the same insurance company. So there are we do have some major ones that cover the property, plant, and equipment. That's all covered under one policy, but we have an umbrella coverage. I mean, there's a variety of policies that we have out there, but the program itself typically runs mid-May to mid-May.
Okay, yeah, I'm so moved.
Second.
Not necessary. Not there yet.
Not there yet.
This is just, that's right.
Information.
Okay, information. That's right. This is information.
That's right. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we need to do it. I was just trying to make sure that I know, the scope of what we're talking about here when we say insurances. So, okay, thank you.
All righty.
Excuse me 1 second. Corey should
Yes.
be logging on shortly.
Okay, well, we can wait 1 minute. 2, 3, 4, 5.
And because you're such eager members and you want to move things that don't need to be moved, this also covers public officials' liability. That insurance.
Yeah,
included as well. There you go.
we're in there too. We're in there too.
Good to know.
So every kind of insurance you can think of, it's there.
Here, here.
Okay, we pause for the cause here. So Miss Prater, you got that message that he was getting ready to come on?
Yes, I did. I just sent him the link.
Okay. For those listening in on this committee meeting, sorry for the long pause. As they say, sometimes they're uncomfortable. Nope.
He has a new email address. So he just called me on the phone.
Oh, that's
I
true.
sent it over to his new email address.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll say 1 more minute. If he's not on in 1 minute, we're just going to go on into the action items.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's 2:14. All right, we're going to go ahead with the action items. We're going to start with item A, which is a motion to recommend modification of service authorization 314 for Keystone Acquisition Services to continue their work, which is associated with the property and right-of-way acquisition services. Ms. Williams.
Madam Chair, the Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, right. The board awarded these services, not just in this item, but in item B as well. In 2018, the program has not moved as quickly as we had anticipated that it would, but the board is also aware that recently we have had more activity associated with property acquisition than ever before, and more will be coming. So again, I'm speaking to both of these items, Keystone and for Hannah as well. You extended last year for a year. We're asking you to extend both for an additional year. These are no cost extensions because they have plenty of budget left, again, because the program had not caught up to their authorizations.
All right, so that would be Miss G, Dr. G, if you don't have any questions, it seems it would be appropriate to do item A and B together because they are basically the same with the exception of who we're dealing with.
Right. So moved. That's fine.
All right, second in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, that motion has carried. We will recommend this to the rest of the board next, well, when we have, yeah, that's whenever we have our next meeting. Item C is the motion to recommend modification of service authorization 350. And this is for the construction phase services and some additional scope items associated with the design of the environmental compliance facility. Ms. Williams.
Madam Chair, the board awarded services to AE Works in 2019 for the parking garage and environmental compliance facility. You have seen the parking garage for some time since you have been coming back into the plant, and it is close to completion. What you have not seen is the empty space on the other side of it, which will house the environmental compliance facility as we're getting close to the end of the parking garage and moving forward with the ECF environmental compliance facility, which you will award construction services for this month. We need to wrap up some additional originally out of, or I should say, out of the original scope items for the parking garage and provide for services from AE Works during construction. When we get to the next item, it's going to be somewhat similar because they are companion items. So you're in the AE Works piece, you're accommodating that additional work that took place for the parking garage, and you're allocating resources for them to continue through construction of the environmental compliance facility.
Okay, well, it's good to see that this work is continuing and that we're moving on. We always hear about it in our board meetings, so it's nice to see things finally getting moved along like this. Dr. G, you have any questions or comments?
No, I do not.
All right, then it'll be appropriate at this time to take a motion.
So moved.
Second. Corey, you're on time to vote for this motion. And we are looking at items C and D. All in favor?
Right now,
Aye.
just looking at C.
This is that you were saying that D was similar. All right, we're just doing D for AE Works. Okay. All right, we still have a motion that's been seconded. All in favor of item C to be recommended to the board, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Abstain.
Item D. T, you're
Hold
abstaining.
it. He's abstaining.
Yeah.
Okay. Item D. You did kind of explain it, but we just want to go ahead and move it separately, correct?
Certainly. So G. Stevens is the construction manager, the CM for the facility, both the park and garage and the environmental compliance facility. And I certainly hope you guys can hear me, because all I hear is Charlie Brown's teacher. That's it. But if
We hear you.
okay,
We hear
good.
you.
We have captured essentially what I explained for the two facilities and the transitioning of coming out of construction phase for the parking garage, going into construction phase for the environmental compliance facility. Continuing with this, we're cleaning up those things that were associated with the scope and schedule that were extended with the parking garage, and preparing for services during construction of the environmental compliance facility.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any questions or comments, Dr. G?
No, I don't have any questions on it.
All right, then I'm accepting your motion to move and I'm seconding it. All in
Yes,
favor?
aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstaining. All right, so these 4 items will be recommended to the board at our next board meeting.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
No new business, correct?
None today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody who joined in with us and all of you who do this hard work to prepare for this committee and to present to the rest of the